Hey everyone. For those of you who are still talking, I'm still teaching to keep quiet. Thank you for coming along this morning. My name's Ralph Kenyon. I'm a co-convener of the Flinders Zero Carbon Community Incorporated group, and we're here today to talk about the Flinders bulk buy solar project that we've got underway at the moment. So before we start, I'd just like to acknowledge that we're meeting on Boilerong Bunwarong land and pay respects to elders past, present and emerging, and any who are here today. So I'll just give you a bit of a rundown on the program for this morning. Essentially, we'll have three different components to this morning. Jon Pearce, who is my co-convener, will give you a bit of a background update on what's happening with Flinders Zero Carbon Community, talking about the battery project and other things that FZCC are on about. Then we'll move across to Trent Jones and his team from All Electric Homes to talk about the solar bulk buy scheme, and we'll have an opportunity following that presentation to ask questions and see where to go from here. So it's an opportunity this morning to find out about what's available in the marketplace, to work with a group that we believe as a local organisation has our best interests at heart and will do the right thing through their bulk buy project. And at no stage are we saying that it's compulsory to use All Electric Homes to update your house to solar or whatever else it is. But we believe that the opportunities being presented by this group are worth communicating with our community. So we're looking forward to hearing everything that Trent has able to offer today. So thank you all for coming. We expect the program to go for about an hour or so, but there will be opportunities if you want to find out more at the end of the session. You can certainly stay back and ask particular questions for your own circumstances if that's what you'd like to do. So once again, thanks for coming, and I'll now hand over to Jon Pearce, who will give you an update on what's happening with FZCC.
Thank you, Ralph. I'd like to add my welcome to you as well. I think it's weird you're here though, because we're here talking about solar, and out there's all this lovely sunshine. So we'll keep you no longer than we have to. I don't know how many of you have heard or know really what Flinders Zero Carbon Community is. Quickly put your hand up if you have a fair idea what it's all about. That's good, there's still a few to be converted, to be informed about what we're doing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about going backwards. About Flinders Zero Carbon. It started off with a vision we have to get Flinders down to zero carbon by 2030. And it's to do that we need to power Flinders from 100% renewable. We need to become net zero energy and carbon neutral and have zero net emissions. That's quite a tall ask because 2030 is only 6 years away. There's things we need to do, and one of them clearly is to use less energy. And that relates to maybe your house, things like heating, cooling, air conditioning, that is heating and cooling, insulation, double glazing and so on. But also things about your vehicle, the way you travel, the fuels you use, hydrocarbons versus solar. Also to maybe transition your home to all electric. Electric homes are good. They're actually now cheaper to run than other forms of energy, over the longer term at least. And then also to generate more energy locally. And this is really what we're on about today, that how do we generate energy? And in Flinders, the most likely way is by rooftop solar. That's what we need to do. This is what we've been doing. I showed a similar slide to this last year. We've added another year on the end. And I'm going to talk through that just to point out a few things. Those ones highlighted in red, they're the community activities we've been holding. And we're trying to get the community engaged in this not just to buy more solar, but also to do other things to the way we live. And we're going to plan to run more of these sort of things through this year. A few things I want to highlight here. Not that. What I highlight here was FZCC formed about 3 years ago. This one here, the roadmap, we had a woman called Taryn Lane. Please come in, there's seats in the front and at the back. Yes. A woman called Taryn Lane from Hepburn, she set up the Hepburn Wind project years ago. She did for us a roadmap of how we can get to net zero. And it's a substantial document, it's really well written, it's interesting, it covers the whole gamut of stuff we can do, and it's on our website, so I encourage you to go there when you have a quiet afternoon, download it and look through it. It's really got a lot of good information. The other thing I want to mention, we have a grant for a battery. This was a project that we started way back, and then Mornington Peninsula Shire came on board. They agreed to put in an application to the federal government for funding. We got $500,000, and they also agreed to own the battery. So this battery grant is running. We're almost at the end now where a battery will appear in Flinders, and you might ask where. Well, to work out where, we set up a community reference group, and they've been meeting quite a bit over the last few months to deal with some of those issues of the sort of on-the-ground issues to do with the battery. So they've looked at different locations, decided the best location is just out here in Norman Street. It's not 100% sure yet because we're waiting for United Energy to get the final tick that they're happy to connect. But it's more than likely going to happen, hopefully within the next couple of months. That's exciting news. The other thing I wanted to say, just to mention who's involved with this, who's supporting us. Certainly Mornington Peninsula Shire have had a lot to do with this project. And at the moment we're having weekly meetings with the Shire, Yarra Energy Foundation, who are a not-for-profit group who are sort of managing the project, Acacia Energy, who actually are going to install a battery, and did I leave somebody out? And us. I was worried I'm going to offend somebody if I'd not mentioned. So those groups were meeting to make this project actually happen. The Flinders Community Association have been great. We became a subcommittee of them, and they're very supportive. You probably see their Facebook page, and we have posts up there mirroring our own one. The Repower Mornington Peninsula, that's an umbrella group of groups like FZCC, and they're the people who got onto all electric homes and looked at them and thought they're a good group to get a bulk buy like this happening. And then we have some sponsors. The one I want to mention in particular is the Flinders General Store. Kate's here, I think. And they've been very supportive. When we have sausage sizzles out there, Kate provides the bread. They let us put a display in their window. Now here's a tricky question. How many of you have noticed the video display in the window of the Flinders General Store? Oh, well done. So half of you passed the test. If you haven't seen it, you'll walk past the store and not see it, but if you cross on the crossing, you look straight ahead, you'll see it. We're trying to make it more visible. But that's where we're putting information up about what's going on. And apart from Facebook, both the FCA and our own Facebook, that's about the only easy way for us to contact with that sort of information other than by hassling you with emails. And some other sponsors there who've joined in the past.